Today I decided to do a watercolor simple painting just to keep my hands warm and keep the juice flowing. And to do that, I'm going to use Daler Rowney AQUAFINE watercolor set. Now, I do not have the entire set. I only have 5 of those, which I probably have for about a year now, and I've been playing with them a little bit around, but not as much as I wanted. It's because they are in a tube, and I tend to use the tube a bit less than the pan. But I want to know today if they are worth the hype. Daler Rowney, it's a very famous brand, and they do basically everything, like so many different art supply. I have also their acrylics, and they also make brushes and different sort of watercolor and so on. So today we are going to do a quick painting with these Daler Rowney watercolors, Aquafine, and we're going to see if they are any good. As a sketchbook, I'm going to use this Creative Peak Artist watercolor pad. I find it to be a really good pad, but one thing to keep in note is that it drinks water like crazy. So keep this information in mind as we go through with our review, painting, fun time. Up to you to decide. I had to put a color in a pan, some of the paint, because of course I have a tube. Now, bear in mind, I have tube, no pans, and I've been doing some research, and apparently the pans paint perform in a different way compared to the paint in the tube. So keep this in mind in case you're interested in purchase this item. Now the color that I have, as I said, are 5 and are Chinese white number 001, lemon yellow number 651, rose sienna number 667, alizarin crimson hue number 515, and the last one is the ultramarine blue dark number 123. So even if I don't have a lot of color, I think I do have some good one that can allow me to do some mixing. So I'm not big in mixing, but a limited palette is what I need to be pushed and mix and discover new color combination and create. Today I'm doing a fairly quick sketch that allow me to use all of the colors. And while I do that, I just want to mention that I did receive this color in subscription boxes, but I went out and found out how much they cost, because some people say they are in an affordable brand, some people say they bit more on the pricey side, so I wanted to find out by myself where they stand. So these are 8 milliliter tube, and in Jackson Art website, each tube is sold for £2.40. But you can also get a set of 12 color for originally $29.95, but at the moment they are in offer for $19.13. So when they are in offer, I think it's a good price. I also find the same set also sold in Etsy for just a couple of bucks less. So this is more or less the price, which is on the affordable good price. Now here, as you see, I took care of the background first, and I pour no water first, but I did use a brush that was quite wet in order to create my background, because I wanted the background to be fairly whimsical sort of mix. And I did realize that the paint flow, but doesn't flow as nicely as other paint. But as I mentioned before, this paper drinks a lot of water, so it may also be that the issue. I still had some movement, I still had some flow, and this is easily fixed by adding more water when you begin, and work on a smaller section, so that the water doesn't have time to be sink into the paper before you even done with it. And I got to mix quite a bit of color, creating different shading. I wanted some brown for the background as well, and I managed to get that. So I have some shading that goes from the yellow, thin yellow, to green, and to brown. And what I create is just a very simple butterfly on a flower with a very abstract and fainting background. So it didn't take me too long. In 20 minutes I was done with this paint. I just had to wait a bit for the background to dry, and to dry properly. I want to mention a few technical stuff, and is about the light fastness of this paint. Those tubes that I own, they have a 3-star out of 4 for light fastness, which from their website information, it means normally permanent. So they have a good long-lasting painting power. If you buy the entire set, you will have about 7 of those paint. They are considered permanent. They have a 4-star and are mainly the darker tone. They also have a little white square, which means that this paint is transparent, like it's normal for watercolor. Some of them, they are semi-transparent or semi-opaque, but most of them, they are transparent, and this is what you will expect from watercolors. I personally really enjoy using this color, especially for the pigment itself. I find it very vibrant and very easy to mix. I had no issue at all. I also love how the color flows on the paper. I do wish that it would spread a bit more easily, but that can be easily fixed by simply adding more water, either before or on top of the paint itself, and I could gain the background that I wanted in this way.